Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening and a warm welcome to the Lee Kong Chian School of Business Postgraduate Ceremony 2. We will be starting very soon, but before that, a few gentle reminders. Let me introduce myself as well. Hi everybody, my name is Angel and I will be your MC this evening. Okay, so just a few announcements before we begin. Do remember to turn your mobile phones and beeping devices to the silent mode. And I know that today is a very exciting day for our graduates, but it's an even more exciting day for the parents and friends. I can already see some of you all beaming so widely, waiting for them to come up on stage, right? So just a gentle reminder that please do not stand up or come forward to take photos, but do not worry, we have professional photographers hired to take individual close-up shots of every single graduate, and you will get the HD copy which you can download from our website from the 15th of August. So please do not stand up or come forward to take photos. And the next one is for the graduates. As tempting as it may be, please do not take selfies while you are on stage. Okay? Yes. And do return to your seats after receiving your degree and do remain seated until the end of the ceremony. So now let me just run you through what is going to happen tonight. Firstly, we will have the opening address by the Dean of the Lee Kong Chian School of Business, Professor Gerard George. And then we will have an inspiring speech by our graduate representatives. And then we will head on to the presentation of the postgraduate degrees. Whew. Okay, I think we are all caught up and ready to begin the ceremony, yes? Yes? Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming the Grand Processional. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, kindly take your seats. Dean of Lee Kong Chian School of Business, Professor Jared George, professors, graduates, friends, family, a very good evening and a warm welcome to the Lee Kong Chian School of Business Postgraduate Ceremony 2. Tonight is a very exciting night for the graduates here and as well as the friends and family who are beaming year to year. I can already see it. So let's get this night started. First, I'd actually like to invite up the Dean of Lee Kong Chian School of Business, Professor Gerard George, to give us the opening address. Prof. Jerry, please.
Good evening. All right. Here are the rules of the game for graduation. Every sentence I say, by the time I've finished, you should be clapping. You know, I take this seriously. They say that by the power vested in me to grant degrees, if you're not doing it properly, I'm not going to give it to you. Better, there is hope yet. But I'm not sure if I don't give it to you, whether I'm punishing you or your parents or your partners. So I'm not sure. So I probably will give it to you today. Good. I love a rowdy class. This is a good one. So we'll go with this. Let me do the formalities first and say welcome. Welcome to the 2019 graduation for our postgraduates. Congratulations. All right, we're getting better. It'll take a little bit of warming up. They've come tired from work, so we'll energize as we go along. So before I go and give my message, I just wanted to say thank you to, first, to all our graduates. Because, you know, you were going through this choice of trying to figure out what is it that you want to do, where do you want to do it, and then you chose SMU. And there is a trust placed in that decision. So I'm grateful on behalf of our faculty and staff to say thank you for choosing SMU. And in return, when you get the degree, you will tell me thank you for this education, right? So congratulations. I also want us to thank our parents, our partners, and some of you, even our kids, because I heard one of you talking, saying that I couldn't have got through stats if it weren't for your 16-year-old daughter. So I won't name you because you have to graduate now, but you have to say, let's give them a huge thank you. There, of course, is the other group that you really want to thank, and I am indebted to are my faculty and staff right here in front of you. Thank you. This is also a special day because we have the first graduating cohort of our Doctorate of Business Administration. We have a partnership with Cheung Kong Graduate School of Business, CKGSP in China, and we have our first graduates here. Congratulations. So DBA folks are very soft, so they'll just clap, but when I come to the MBA and exec MBA, you should bring the house down, okay? Those are the rules. These folks are just lame, it's okay. I have to say, for those of you who are visiting us, the business school is doing remarkably well, right? Mostly it's thanks to my handsome face, but the school is doing remarkably well. The Financial Times, which is one of our major rankings, ranks us sixth in the Asia Pacific. And we rose 7 places from 13 the previous year. So we are really moving up into not just the top 50, but really the top 30 business schools in the world. Congratulations. We've also, for the first time, got into something called QS ranking. And the QS ranking is a strange one because it's a bit of a popularity contest. It's where there are 5,000 business schools, and there are 5,000 deans who vote and rank every other business school in the world. So for the first time, we are ranked 41 in the world. Well done. Because these deans, thinking about me, they're really awful people. They just don't want to give anybody else a higher rank than they are supposed to be, right? So managing these perceptions and actually coming out on top is a big deal. So I'm really pleased and thankful for our faculty, staff, and all our fantastic students to make this a possibility. Well done. We've also done well on some of our other rankings. Our Exec MBA is ranked 22nd in the world. Only the DBA is a bit slow. Our Exec MBA can do better. Let me read this again. Our Exec MBA is ranked 22nd in the world. By the way, this is my 6th ceremony. If I'm like you, I'd be very lame. So might as well get your act together, otherwise I'll fall asleep here because I'm really tired. All right, so our MBA is ranked 43rd in the world. No, boss. This is not how this works. Exec MBA, 20 people. MBA, lots of people. Do you know how the math works? I'll read this again, okay? Our MBA is ranked 43rd in the world. Okay. I have to tell all of you here, learning never ends. And our wealth management program is 3rd in the world. By the way, 3 years from now, you'll all be getting a survey to fill out that says, how was your experience? How have you done? Make sure you fill it out, because that is what drives our rankings. And that if not enough people fill it, then we don't get listed. So please do make sure that it is your duty and you do a good job in doing so, right? So share your success. The business school is also the youngest and the first in Singapore to get triple accreditation. You can clap now. By the time the evening's done, I think I can get them warmed up, but we'll go with that. We've got 3 different accreditations. One is for AACSB, which is the American standard, EQUIS, which is the European standard, and then AMBER, which is for all our MBAs. So we are the first ones in Singapore to be triple accredited. So well done on that. There's a final ranking, which I'll talk about, but it's not usually something that our students really talk about, but it's very important. It's about research. It reflects thought leadership in the business school and how good our faculty are relative to others, right? And for the first time, we are 33rd in the world. So I joined 5 years ago, and when I joined, we were 59. Now we are 33. It just means that apart from all the hard work that I do, you have to take this with a pinch of salt. And it's the only day I get to brag a little bit. So it's all our faculty who put in all the hard miles to make sure that they stay current, they stay relevant, and they're able to change the world in the work that they do. Congratulations to our faculty. Perhaps I missed it, but we're also first in Singapore. I'm very proud of our students. Apart from all the different competitions they win and everything else, our students are entrepreneurial. So we have our Masters in Innovation folks here, do we? Okay, we'll work on that as well. Tan Jingjon, founder of Jomingo, creator of environmentally friendly natural deodorant and sustainable packaging, aspires to give back to society and to the environment. Where's Tan? Where? Well done. Good job. Raymond Tan, who founded Constant Bearing, aims to disrupt the port call operations with technology and data science. One other success story of our incubation program is Karen Chia. Where's Karen? Is she here? Okay, very good. She founded AltoPax. AltoPax aims to provide solutions for the commercialization and application of new engineered materials for use in multiple industries, right? So well done to all our entrepreneurs. I've now had the privilege of being dean here for 5 years. So before you have second thoughts, I've actually renewed it for another 5. So it gives me great privilege because it's one where I take our roles as being stewards. Stewards where we make sure that the next generation and the generations after are able to benefit and make things better than how they found it, right? So I think I've done my job when it comes to the business school. And the reason why I bring this up now is I hope you as graduates do your job when it comes up. The first thing to do as graduates, as alumni, is to make sure that you remain connected to SMU. All said and done, you would put on your CV you graduated from SMU, and that's not going to go away. So it is very much in your interest to make sure that we as a school and we as a university are always improving and can always be better in what we deliver for our students and how we shape and impact this world. So I'm counting on you as graduates and soon-to-be alumni to do your part. Right? Thank you. Stewardship, I was raised Catholic. So stewardship I used to do some fundraising for the Catholic Church in the UK when I was there. And it involves 3 things: time, talent, and treasure. When I talk to you as graduates, I really look for time and talent for you to invest back to be mentors in terms of helping out in projects, even helping internships for students. Anything that you can do to help our students or cohorts that come after you would be greatly appreciated in the same way that you appreciate every opportunity that came through on your side. So I'm counting on you for your time and talent. You can clap now. Of course, if you're like super rich and you become really wealthy, I'll give you the opportunity to make a difference by sharing your treasure. No point in having your 3rd sports car when you can actually make a big difference in the people around you, right? My faculty says the 2nd sports car itself not required. That may be different choices. So At the same time, I want to emphasize that the school will continue to invest. Invest in the power of your degree, invest in what we do to champion education, building managers, executives, entrepreneurs, leaders who have the right values to shape the world in a positive and sustainable way. So some of the things that we are doing currently includes reviewing our curriculum in our exec MBA. We are rolling out a new format for the MBA. We are changing things in all our specialized masters to make sure that we continue to update the content and continue to build a world-class business school where our education, our faculty, our staff, our students are among the best you can find anywhere in the world. So, thank you. Every year I have a simple message. So, last year I talked about finding meaning and purpose in what we do. Today I'm going to draw a little bit on my research because we have PhD students who are graduating and so forth here, and DBAs. In 2002, I wrote this article, co-authored this article on absorptive capacity. So that article, I'm a professor of innovation and entrepreneurship. That article now has over 10,000 citations. So in the management world, we'd call that a classic. What I said in that article is, how can firms continue to create breakthrough innovations and create value by how they manage knowledge? It's a big topic. There were many contributions in that paper, but first was that a firm's capability is driven by its routines, and that routines to acquire and assimilate knowledge created potential capacity, but routines to transform and exploit knowledge created realized capacity. So why did this paper become a classic? It's because innovation is not just because of the resources we put into it, but it's also about the routines that underlie every firm. And that while you have routines that increase your potential, not every business can realize that potential. The same principle applies to individuals. We have routines. We have a daily set of routines. When I was preparing my graduation speech a few years ago, my deputy dean, he thought to himself, Jerry's new guy, he's probably not able to give a graduation speech. So he sent me a video link of an admiral giving a nice rah-rah speech in the US. Of course, I can't do the admiral speech because he said 10 push-ups and things like that. But what he did say, in one thing that stuck with me in that speech is that he said the first thing he does every day is to make up his bed. Because you never know how your day is going to go. When you're in a training camp, when you're out there, you just don't know how lousy your day is going to be. But when he comes back home, he'll have the pleasure of a made-up bed, that he goes to bed saying, whew, that was a tough day. But that routine is important because it's not about discipline, because you don't think about it, you just do it. So routines show up in different ways in our life. My routines, I have a few routines that I can share with you. You know, the business school sits next to a church. So every morning, before I come to work, I go to church for 5 days, 5 minutes, not 5 days, 5 minutes. 5 days I'll attain nirvana. So 5 minutes. And in those 5 minutes, it's more like a hello Jesus rather than like very deep prayer, right? But in that 5 minutes, I think about what am I going to do today that will actually make a difference in the school, right? And I just think of one thing. And at the end of the day, I check whether I've finished that thing, and that makes me happy, right? So it's that 5 minutes that I do before the day starts is that routine and mindfulness, right? There are a couple of other routines I talked to you about. Right? When I meet my faculty or students, I say, how are you awesome? Or I'll say handsome, or I'll say superstar, right? So one of my faculty members here says, there are lots of things people call me. Handsome is not one of them. No, it's not you, Temin. You're really handsome. So it's not just, it's about calling people handsome or awesome or superstar, but it's about the routine, the positive energy that it generates when you address a person with a positive approach, right? So you don't think too much about it, and you'd say, wow, my day is pretty good, right? It's that simple routine that gives energy and positive sort of ethos to the whole interaction. And the third example I'll give you is, I try to remain a good scholar, a researcher. So once a week, one day in a week, I come to the office, but I don't take any meetings. So I work on research and writing and things like that. One day a week. But when I come during that one day a week, I change my usual attire is like a waistcoat that I wear, like a Nehru jacket. Those days, my days are filled with meetings. But when I wear a half-sleeve linen shirt, nobody bothers me because they know that it's my day to reflect and to work on research. And it's my day to actually renew myself. Right? So when I pull all these routines together, it's the same principle when you talk about it. It's about 5 minutes for reflection. It's about a routine for positive approach or empathy. It's also a routine to renew yourself. So let me bring you back to my research. Firms and people succeed because they have capabilities that adapt and change over time. These capabilities, while we talk about are you capable, these capabilities are made up of daily routines, right? Of how we act, how we interact with others. All of these are routines. Whether you have potential or whether you realize that potential depends on your routines. As SMU graduates, you clearly have great potential, right? You are graduating from a business school that's the top 50 in the world, whichever program you choose. In that way, we're all blessed, right? There is no entitlement that we can have that says, I deserve this. Because there are 6 and something billion people out there who could have had that same opportunity, but they did not. Right? So in some ways, we owe it to ourselves to take that potential that we have and realize it with positive change in the world. Right? So what I say about those who graduate today, all of you have potential. But what will separate some of you from others in terms of the greatness that you will achieve in your lives is the routines that convert potential into real outcomes. So the next time someone says, this is all routine, la, ask yourself, what's in your routine? Because the seeds to greatness lies in the small things we do every day. Do it with meaning and purpose. I wish you all a tremendously successful and joyful future. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dean Jerry. For our graduates here, this is not the first time they are doing this because this is post-graduation. So I think they all know what's coming up next, right? The graduate speech, the graduate representative speech. But I mean, we are SMU. So of course we are going to do things a little different. So this year we are not only going to have one graduate representative, but we are going to have two. So first I would like to invite up Jose Antonio Benjamin de Leon Castillo, also known as Banjo for short, a graduate of the our graduate from the Executive Masters of Business Administration program. Banjo, please.
Good evening. Oh, woo! Good evening, Dean Gerard George. Thanks for that starting off. Quite fun. Good evening to our beloved professors. Good evening to distinguished guests. Good evening, of course, to our family and friends who join us here today. And most of all, good evening to my co-graduates of the postgraduate class of 2019. We made it! Before I begin, actually, I just wanted to have a special thank you to all those wives, husbands, mothers, children that have sacrificed and allowed us to study in this amazing institution for the last 13 months, 2 years. So can you join me to give all of them a round of applause? Every so often, there are moments that completely change your life. For me, it happened last year in August with my wife having a brush with stage 1 lung cancer. There I was in the hospital waiting room, seemingly at the top of the world, running a multi-million-dollar unit in one of the biggest corporations in the world, in the middle of doing my EMBA in one of the most prestigious universities in the world. But yet, I was confronted with a possibility of losing my wife so early in life. Don't worry, I'm not going to be a downer, as this story has a happy ending, because my beautiful wife, through God's grace, is joining me here, now cancer-free, and joining us for our graduation. Nonetheless, that episode gave rise to a lot of questions. And the most important question, of course, is if I've really lived my life to the fullest up to now. If I were to be honest with myself, I've spent most of my 18 years working just for myself and my family. I then asked myself, how should I live the next half of my life? How can I be a good steward? How can I make the most of my experience, my knowledge, and the excellent education that we just got from this world-class institution? As an answer to these questions, I actually gave myself 3 challenges. First, I want to share this with all of you as a way to hold myself accountable for actually doing these. I don't want to chicken out. And second, because I'm sure most of you have asked yourself the same questions at some point in your life. The first challenge I gave is to give back without any excuses. Every time I think of giving back, I think of my maternal grandfather. His name was Benjamin, and I was named actually after him, and he had a good sense of humor. I'm from the Philippines, and Manny Pacquiao just won a match, and he told me that actually life was like boxing. It's better to give than to receive. My grandfather wasn't rich and lived a very simple life in a town called Alcala, Cagayan, which is a very small town in a very impoverished part of the Philippines. As his parents died at a very young age, he was not able to go to college, and he had to send 10 siblings to school. Yet he never made that as an excuse not to give of whatever he had. In his lifetime, in spite of poverty, and in spite of a lack of a university education, he was not only able to provide a good life for his family, but actually he was able to send more than 50 kids to school on top of his 7 children and 10 siblings. From him, I learned to give of whatever you have without excuses, to give cheerfully, and most of all, to give your best. So my first challenge is to give back and to start now. My second challenge is to take a shot. And I'm not talking about taking your shot aimlessly. After all, we're not new graduates here. We're not young anymore. I'm talking about using your education, your resources, your experience to take a shot at the biggest, scariest, and meanest 500-pound gorilla type of problem that you could pick a fight with. For others, it may be environmental degradation. For others, it's poverty. For me, after the health episode that myself and my wife had last year, it's actually health and nutrition. A few months ago, in May, I resigned from Unilever, a company I've known and loved for 18 years, to take my shot. I resigned to join a much smaller company with a renewed purpose to make good nutrition accessible to everyone, everywhere. Now, I know this is a lofty goal, and in the end, we may not succeed. However, I truly believe that given what all of us here have been blessed to be given, a world-class education from our amazing professors, years of experience from the best companies and institutions in the world, and most importantly, resources that most people in the world would not be able to get. We owe it to ourselves, actually, we owe it to the world, to at least take a shot at the hardest, most complicated and complex problems we could find. So my second challenge is to take a shot. The third challenge is to be unreasonable. George Bernard Shaw said that the reasonable man adapts himself to the world, and the unreasonable man persists in trying to adapt the world to himself. Therefore, all progress depends on the unreasonable man. With some of us having more than a decade of industry and in life, I think we have earned the right to be unreasonable. But not being unreasonable for unreasonable sake, but being unreasonable for results. Unreasonable in upholding our principles. Unreasonable in seeing through our life's work regardless of whatever obstacles that we face. Most of us here already have the necessary skills, experience, and education to make that burning purpose in our hearts into reality. We just need to be unreasonable to make it happen. So my third challenge is, let's all be unreasonable. Tomorrow, my family and I will be flying back to the Philippines and leaving Singapore, a country we've called home for more than a decade. I will miss a lot about Singapore. Top of mind is the lack of traffic. But what I will miss most actually is the people. I will miss especially my SMU Executive MBA family, who's very quiet, who have given me so much good memories in the last 13 months. I will miss Matt and James arguing in class about everything and nothing. I will miss seeing Josh always coming impeccably dressed in class and making me look like a pauper. I will miss Nick, who always takes care of all of us and says, "Everyken kanla." I will miss Adeline's amazing liquor-filled cakes that make us feel a little bit buzzed after lunch. And believe it or not, I will also miss you, Sir Rob, for calling me banyo instead of banjo, which is essentially the Filipino word for toilet. So thank you, classmates, for making last year fun and unforgettable. I'll really miss all of you. Thank you, Singapore, for giving my family a second home for more than a decade. And to all my co-graduates here, thanks for listening and sharing this very happy moment with me. My hope is that as you go out of these halls today, thinking of what you do moving forward, you can consider to give back, to take a shot, and to be unreasonable in whatever you choose to do. Congratulations to everyone, and God bless all of you.
Thank you, Banjo. And now, I would like to call up the second graduate representative for the night. I would like to call on stage Tan Chin Kang Francis, graduate of Master of Communication Management. Francis, please.
Thank you, guys. Right. Dean of the Lee Kong Chian School of Business, Professor Gerard George, distinguished guests, fellow graduates, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. It is my honor and privileged to be here today. To my friends in MCM, MHCL, and MI, where are you? I was seated in the front. I'm sure we can do a lot better. To my friends in MCM and MHCL and MI, where are you? Okay, that's better. We were once strangers, and we came with different backgrounds and at different stages of our career. Yet, that morning, at the auditorium, at the beginning of last year, we embarked on a journey together. And I remember one thing very clearly from that day. The alumni and the professors reassuring us, you will be fine. And you know when somebody assures you will be fine, you kind of wonder. Block week, or should I say hell week, came and went. So too our respective overseas exchanges. And a special shout out to the legendary afternoon in Laguna. Amidst our projects, quizzes, and exams, we completed our capstones. And you know what? They were right. We are really fine. Today, we are seated here, and we have celebrating our commencement today. And we will not be able to come this far without the support of the entire community. To the professors, you could have just come to the lecture room, deliver your lectures, set your exams, easy peasy, job done. But because you care, and therefore we have gained so much. Prof. Yo, thank you for bringing the CEO of CapitaLand China all the way down to Singapore to share with us his insights. Prof. Siegfried, I'm not sure whether you're here. Your MI class would like you to know that you've given them a strong foundation in their journey to innovation. And Prof. Ro, you are the unicorn who stayed way past lesson time to make sure we know our R's. And to the SMU staff working tirelessly behind the scene, thank you for making our learning journey seamless. And to our family sitting in the audience, we owe you a debt of gratitude. Bertrand, my classmate, often shared with us how grateful he is to his missus for taking care of his two kids while he locked himself up in the room and studied. We never know what he did inside, but he did study. And there are many similar stories. And to my wife and parents, thank you for taking care of our two kids and for taking care of this big kid here. I just want to share a story that 2 years ago, my family climbed Mount Batu. It is a volcano that is about 1,700 meters in height in Bali. I'm sorry, I'm not used to this. Our kids were aged 8 and 10. We signed up for a sunrise trek, which kind of means that when you reach a summit, you'll be able to see the sun rising majestically over Mount Agung in the distance. Or at least that was the plan. We started our trek at 3 a.m. in the morning, in the cold, dark night. Our forest path lighted only by our headlamps, and we wavered. We asked ourselves, did we make the right choice? After all, who brings an 8-year-old kid to climb a mountain at 3 a.m. in the morning? It's their bedtime. But we persevered, and we managed to reach the summit, only to find that fog has enveloped the mountain. That morning, we did not manage to see the sunrise. But that morning, we learned so much about perseverance, overcoming obstacles, and the value of encouragement. In many sense, this is life, isn't it? It's one big adventure of taking leaps of faith, of learning from our experiences, success, and failure. We may not necessarily see the sunrise whenever we reach the destination, But one day, the dots will add up. They always do. Look around you, my dear friends. Everyone here has made a meaningful impact to our lives. They have believed in us and they trust in us. It's now up to us to do something with the education that we have gained in SMU. Let's leave our mark in this world. Let's create our stories for the people that matter. And may I invite you to ask yourself, what is your purpose in life? What are your goals? And most importantly, what is the legacy that you will leave behind when you're eventually not around, for better or for worse? Danish philosopher Soren Kierkegaard said, life is understood backwards, but lived forward. So let's get out there. Stay curious, enjoy the journey, and make a difference. And if we ever waver, always ask yourself, what drove you in the first place? Look towards your inner compass, and I'm sure you will be fine. To our graduating class of 2019, congratulations and thank you.
Thank you, Francis. Tonight, we have various people, a mix of people in the postgraduates, right? And a few of them are actually doctorate students, soon to be doctorate graduates. And they know that this would not have been possible without their dissertation chair as well as the academic director. So later on, when they come up to receive their degree, we're going to do something a little different. So their dissertation chair as well as their academic director will be joining them on stage for a commemorative photo. Okay, so with that, for the most awaited part of the night, it is finally time to come on stage and receive your degrees. So I'd actually like to invite the Dean of the Lee Kong Chian School of Business, Professor Gerard George, as well as Associate Professor Tan Hui Hoon on stage to proceed with the presentation of the various degrees. Dean Jerry and Associate Prof Tan, please.
All right, we're all ready. We're going to start with the Doctor of Philosophy in Business, Finance. Our first graduate is Chen Hao. It does take some work, huh? All right. Congratulations. Our second graduate, Guo Li, Doctor of Philosophy in Business Finance, Dissertation Chair, Associate Professor Tu Jin. Alright, Tu Jin, please stay behind. Tu Jin, we have another student of yours, Duan Xing Rui, Doctor of Philosophy in Business Finance. Again, Dissertation Chair, Associate Professor Tu Jin. We now invite the graduates of the Doctor of Philosophy in Business, General Management. First candidate, Tan Wee Teck Jimmy. See, it takes a lot of skill. Oh, see? Congratulations. The next candidate, Guan Yaohan, Doctor of Philosophy in Business, General Management. Whoa. Tan Nina, Doctor of Philosophy in Business, General Management. They do better with the women. Can you see that? Prakash Bagri, Doctor of Philosophy in Business, General Management. Krishnan Narayanan, Doctor of Philosophy in Business, General Management. Awesome. David Ng Wai Lun, Doctor of Philosophy in Business, General Management. Pavut Sri Aranayan Kaku, Doctor of Philosophy in Business, General Management. Ng Hock Singh, Doctor of Philosophy in Business, General Management. Stephen Glenn Burton, Doctor of Philosophy in Business, General Management. Oops. And then now we're done with the business of philosophy, all right? In business, we're now with Doctor of Philosophy in Business Marketing. Moon Sang Kun, Doctor of Philosophy in Marketing in Business Marketing, Dissertation Chair, Professor Kapil Tuli. Tan Yong Chin, Doctor of Philosophy in Business Marketing. The next is the Doctor of Business Administration, the DBA program that the Dean talked about. Our first graduate, Hasaka Kioni, Doctor of Business Administration, Dissertation Chair, Professor Shantanu Bhattacharya. Cheong Chun Kong Kevin, Doctor of Business Administration, Dissertation Chair, Professor Shantanu Bhattacharya. He is well loved, huh? Tan Hui Ping Josephine, Doctor of Business Administration. Vinika Divasa Rao, Doctor of Business Administration, Dissertation Chair, Associate Professor Tan Hui Hun, and that's me. Now, we have another Doctor of Business Administration graduate, Chen Yidan. A proud moment. Chen Xiaoying, Doctor of Business Administration. Lei Wenyong, Doctor of Business Administration. It takes a lot of practice. Congratulations. Next, Ci Yufeng, Doctor of Business Administration, Dissertation Chair, Associate Professor Tan Hui Hun. Okay, we have more differentiated programs. So the next one, Doctor of Business Administration, Innovation. All right, so we have Ramesh Wari, Rasama Ramachandra, Doctor of Business Administration, Innovation, Dissertation Chair, Associate Professor Roy Chua. Thank you very much. We now have the EMBA student, meaning the Executive Master of Business Administration graduates. They will be the loudest, right? We heard? All right, so let's go. The first one, Jose Antonio Benjamin de Leon Castillo. And go. Okay, another Jose. We have Jose Paulo Yuchen Ko Abaya, Executive MBA. Cesco Massimiliano Montoro, Executive MBA. Liu Keyuan Daniel, Executive MBA. Eleanor Evelyn Madeline Jovanovic, Executive MBA. Joseph Joshua Politis, Executive MBA. Sorab Chitatracha, Executive MBA. Pardon me. I try my best. Okay, Guillaume Michel Jack Tivon, Executive MBA. Adeline Natalia Lai Suyi, Executive MBA. Teo Wee Hong, Executive MBA. Tae Tien Sing, Executive MBA. Come on, MBA, you can do better. Andy Gui Weeping, Executive MBA. Wong Ka Peng, Executive MBA. Aaron Menahem Iliad, Executive MBA. Chua Boon Kiat, Executive MBA. Yang Manchang, Executive MBA. Yik Chunting Julia, Executive MBA. Come on, you MBAs, you can do better. Christopher Chin Kiem Hong, Executive MBA. Lo Fuk Choi, Executive MBA. Lee Wei Leong, Nicholas, Executive MBA. Nice bow tie. Lim Bun Bi, Leonora, Executive MBA. Lee Jack Swin, Executive MBA. Hua Bun Wee, Executive MBA. Taufan Mega Krishna, Executive MBA. Snell Matthew Aiden, Executive MBA. Bui Li Chie James, Executive MBA. Yi Chi Kyung, Executive MBA. Se Hyung Lee, Executive MBA. Yosanova Savitri, Executive MBA. Yong Van An, Executive MBA. Big round of applause for the Executive MBA folks. Louder please, guys. Great job. All right, we're gonna move to the Master of Business Administration, our first graduate, Anuj Sharma, Master of Business Administration. Shreya Verma, Master of Business Administration. Aksha Varma Idara Palay, Master of Business Administration. Navneet Arur, Master of Business Administration. Shreya Girotra, Master of Business Administration. Naveen Shriram Thapa, Master of Business Administration. Sagar Rungta, Master of Business Administration. Archit Jalan, Master of Business Administration. Davin Dilip Dihya, Master of Business Administration. Come on, MBA folks, where are you? You're not doing any good. Do better, yeah? Okay, Apurva Ramakrishnan, Master of Business Administration. Tan Ziying Mabel, Master of Business Administration. Ng Hong Ming, Master of Business Administration. Nicha Laura Twit, Master of Business Administration. Jonathan Lau Wee Yong, Master of Business Administration. Come on, MBA folks, you're not clapping. Vishnu Valsan Vitodi, Master of Business Administration. Ravlin Kaur, Master of Business Administration. Vaswani Karan Sunil, Master of Business Administration. Siu Chin Yu, Master of Business Administration. Ye Jiaqi, Master of Business Administration. Li Wanyue, Master of Business Administration. Rashi Paliwal, Master of Business Administration. Tong Weiwei, Master of Business Administration. Yong Liling Charlene, Master of Business Administration. Limin Lydia, Master of Business Administration. Gurpreet Singh, son of Santokh Singh, Master of Business Administration. Pu Jianjiang, Master of Business Administration. Ling Chian, Master of Business Administration. Che Him, Master of Business Administration. Yuta Morita, Master of Business Administration. Heng Rui Wei, Master of Business Administration. Li Junyi, Master of Business Administration. Tingji Kelvin, Master of Business Administration. Come on, guys. Where's all that clapping and fun and joy? Come on. Dei Yihui, Master of Business Administration. Come on. Good job. Chao Zikyong, Master of Business Administration. Chong Xingyi, Master of Business Administration. Zhang Yaotian, Master of Business Administration. Lim Victoria Singwei, Master of Business Administration. Ye Bingjia, Master of Business Administration. T. Satya Ya, Master of Business Administration. Benny Ng, Master of Business Administration. Francesca Te, Master of Business Administration. Chia Jiaming Benjamin, Master of Business Administration. Hong Hailong, Master of Business Administration. Yope Vincent, Master of Business Administration. Kusuma Bianca Otavia, Master of Business Administration. Tae Han Yang Justin, Master of Business Administration. Deborah Hendricks, Master of Business Administration. Deepshika, Master of Business Administration. P. Valshalini Visalashki, Master of Business Administration. Hatton Colin Alfred, Masters of Business Administration. Alec Bowen Wijanko Romero, Master of Business Administration. Huang Yixuan, Master of Business Administration. Song Huayu, Master of Business Administration. Raito Ozawa, Master of Business Administration. Guo Wenshuo, Master of Business Administration. Cheng Zhihui, Master of Business Administration. Syed Burhanuddin, Master of Business Administration. Zhuang Ziwei, Master of Business Administration. Pu Shaowen, Master of Business Administration. He does that sometimes. Lo Kai Xian, Felicia, Master of Business Administration. Pusavat Brian, Master of Business Administration. Pratik Jaipurkar, Master of Business Administration. Nupur Ramesh Kumrade, Master of Business Administration. Satish Kumar Bolu Ramesh, Master of Business Administration. Kim Hee Jin, Master of Business Administration. Nugru Karachan, Master of Business Administration. Nicholas Tumpa Bako, Master of Business Administration. Sharma Miketa, Master of Business Administration. Raj Singh, Master of Business Administration. Joseph Lam Wee Lun, Master of Business Administration. Sampath Chuma Sararana, Master of Business Administration. We have now a different program, the Master of Human Capital Leadership. Gayatri Prakash Nair, Master of Human Capital Leadership. Ashley Yo Hee Chun, Master of Human Capital Leadership. Bei Yi Yue Lydia, Master of Human Capital Leadership. Liu Huan, Master of Human Capital Leadership. Aaron Ang Wei Tong, Master of Human Capital Leadership. Sim Mei Ling, Korean Anne, Master of Human Capital Leadership. I'm having a problem with this degree. Shri, Master of Human Capital Leadership. They understand my challenges, you know. Thank you, Shri. Asman Henry Ng, Master of Human Capital Leadership. Lee Kwok Ching Stephanie, Master of Human Capital Leadership. Go Pei Ling, Master of Human Capital Leadership. Tovia Ng Yun Jie, Master of Human Capital Leadership. Lim Chun Hong, Master of Human Capital Leadership. All right, people, let's clap for them, yeah? Only the faculty are clapping. Okay, next one, Matthew Fu Yung Lung, Master of Human Capital Leadership. Yong Jia Rong Daniel, Master of Human Capital Leadership. Cheong Kik Chung, Master of Human Capital Leadership. Tan Yao Chong, Master of Human Capital Leadership. Chia T. Lee Jonathan, Master of Human Capital Leadership. Chao Jingjing, Master of Human Capital Leadership. Ho Chiu Peng, Master of Human Capital Leadership. Lavinia Go Rui Ting, Master of Human Capital Leadership. Situ Zhao Qing Christelle, Master of Human Capital Leadership. Huang Pei Wen, Master of Human Capital Leadership. And that concludes the Master of Human Capital Leadership. The next is Master of Science in Communication Management. Come on, guys. Our friend Tan Chin Kyung, Master of Science in Communication Management. Viknesh Bhaskaran, Master of Science in Communication Management. Good job, keep it up. Kun Hok Thai, Master of Science in Communication Management. Sandy Pek Sin Yi, Master of Science in Communication Management. Tan Jiao, Master of Science in Communication Management. Tan Chi Wei, Master of Science in Communication Management, winner of DBS Bank Award for the top student in Master of Science in Communication Management. Let's give her a round of applause. Lo Wei Xian, Master of Science in Communication Management. Bertrand Tan Yujing, Master of Science in Communication Management. Chia Mui So, Master of Science in Communication Management. Li Xujia Joanna, Master of Science in Communication Management. Lo Xue Wei Francine, Master of Science in Communication Management. Huang Shiqi Alexandrine, Master of Science in Communication Management. Drishti Mulani, Master of Science in Communication Management. Chua Peiling, Master of Science in Communication Management. Ko Xingyan Raven, Master of Science in Communication Management. Kok Ying Ying, Master of Science in Communication Management. We are now on to the last program in this evening's program, the Masters of Science in Innovation. And they're supposed to be the loudest, right? Yes, innovation, folks. All right, first one, Ila Irozan Gursel, Master of Science in Innovation. Shao Xiang, Master of Science in Innovation. Yu Zizong, Master of Science in Innovation. Try different things, yeah? Okay, Chia Gekchu Karen, Masters of Science in Innovation. Diana Nulibasa Sutanto, Masters of Science in Innovation. Chan Sek Yuan, Masters of Science in Innovation. All right, is your dad? Lim Sin Yi, Masters of Science in Innovation. Chia Heng Ling, Masters of Science in Innovation. Isoni Valero, Master of Science in Innovation. All right. Ong Kok Cheng, Master of Science in Innovation. Chia Herbin, Master of Science in Innovation. Melvin Ng Yang Jie, Master of Science in Innovation. Gui Yu Hui, Master of Science in Innovation. Jennifer Nigara, Master of Science in Innovation. Tan Jing Jun, Master of Science in Innovation. Already. Chan Pao Yong, Master of Science in Innovation. All right, people. Jaron Harris Matt Navarit, Master of Science in Innovation. The last but not the least, Gu Zheng, Master of Science in Innovation.
Thank you, Dean Jerry, and thank you, Associate Prof. Tan. And with that, as Jose very nicely said in his speech earlier, we made it! I have seen y'all cheer much better than that. We did not work so hard to get a postgraduate degree and just cheer like that. Woohoo, too refined. Let's try that again, guys. We made it! All right. Very good. Okay, so now we're going to do two very significant things to symbolize that we have graduated. So could I please get all the graduates to stand up? Get your mortarboards on. And now you're going to adjust your tassels from the right to the left to indicate that you have graduated. If you found that exciting, you're going to have to wait for the next one. You are going to love it. Okay, so in typical movie fashion, we are going to throw our mortarboards into the air. So on the count of three, hold on. Much excitement. Okay, so on the count of three, you can toss it in the air. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Congratulations to the class of 2019. On that high note, I would like to actually invite Dean Jerry to lead the grand recessional. Dean Jerry, please. Graduates to follow. You may head on over to level 1 outside the moot court to take a photo with your faculty. thank you for being so patient. I would actually like to invite all of you to join us for the buffet reception at level 2. With that, once again, my name is Angel, and it was a huge pleasure being your MC this evening. Thank you.